Tom, Apple's close to this $2 trillion market cap level. They're also facing a challenge from Epic Games and others over the App Store model, which is so important to services margins. What do you think of the scenarios where Apple can kind of have its cake, at least most of its cake, and investors can eat it too here? What's the model for backing down and Apple still maintaining App Store revenues? Tom, have we got you?
Yes, good morning. So the opportunity for Apple is to maintain the 30% take rate on in-app purchases. The challenge for Apple, having watched the House Judiciary Committee, is that this is one of the few items that has bipartisan support. When you think about Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google, there is concern that they have too much influence on consumers' lives. Now, where it gets challenging is it isn't clear to me that there's bipartisan support for a great solution, such as imposing a 10% flat fee or 20% flat fee or a graduated flat fee. So that's something that we're monitoring, but clearly they're circling the wagons on Apple from a regulatory standpoint.
Well, Tom, I got an idea. Why don't they charge rent instead of charging a slice of the transactions? Maybe it's by the download, depending on what the app is. Give apps a choice. If they want to use their own payment system, if they want to come in that way, well, fine. Pay a flat fee for rent to be in the App Store, but you don't get to use our tools. You still have to follow security protocols. Maybe Apple still makes a good amount of money that way.
Well, absolutely. So Apple stands to make a lot of money so long as it's able to continue to charge some sort of rent, as you're phrasing, for apps and developers in its App Store. The question is, what is a fair level? When you think about subscriptions, it charges 30% for year one and then 15% for year two and thereafter. So is that the fair model to stagger not just subscription apps?
Tom, it's Deirdre. Good morning. I want to talk about another risk as Apple nears that $2 trillion valuation, and that is the China one. Do you think that this is priced in? Do you think it's significant, especially as the Trump administration looks at restricting something like WeChat access, which is so hugely important to Apple in China?
Yep, so thank you, Deirdre. So if you look at, again, the House Judiciary Committee, there was an excellent exchange among the CEOs, especially Tim Cook, on whether or not the Chinese government is stealing the tech from big tech. And I do think the risk for Apple in China is significant when you think about, give or take, 15% of their sales are to Chinese consumers, and their products, for the most part, are assembled in China. So hard to say if it's currently priced into the stock or not.